We have to say a huge congratulations today to tennis ace Serena Williams, who has announced she is expecting a baby. Aww. Congratulations. Serena posted a snap of her bump online yesterday with a caption, 20 weeks.
I bet all the other women on the tennis circuit are going, yes! Finally, get her looking, yeah. I mean, it's funny, isn't it, when you... I didn't win the Australian Open when I was pregnant, but I remember I just suddenly became seized with the urge to pass my motorbike test. Most people eat coal.
I was going to say.
And I was just like, no, I want to pass my motorbike test. So there I was 4 months pregnant.
What had made you want to do that?
Don't know. Well, I remember I was in LA on a job, and I remember seeing this woman who looked like Pamela Anderson sitting on a Harley Davidson, and they don't need to wear, I don't know if they still do, but then they didn't need to wear helmets, and her hair was flowing, and I thought, I want to be that woman. Oh. So I came home, you know, it wasn't quite the same on a moped round Weybridge, I think I was.
On a wet Wednesday.
With a big old belly, but yeah, passed my motorbike test, and there you go.
Have you used it since?
Yeah. I used to have a little scooter, which I went everywhere on, but now the traffic's got a bit scary in London, so I've sold it.
But that's what you did, obviously, at the first bit of your pregnancy, but did you carry on as normal throughout? Because it's the Olympic cyclist Laura Trott says she intends to carry on cycling.
For me, I didn't see pregnancy as a disability. It was kind of like, well, I feel all right.
Yeah.
And if anything, I had more energy.
Yeah.
And you know, there is an element of you feel that you've got to kind of prove that what you do for a living isn't going to be impinged upon by being pregnant. So, yeah, no, I was working right up to the very last minute, because also I wanted the sort of maternity leave to be with the baby. So you kind of keep going for as long as you can. But
well, I think that's the case with a lot of people, because you want to keep earning the money. I mean, obviously, in an ideal world, it's better to rest, because it's not called labour for no reason. And, you know, even if you're running a marathon, you're told to rest and to eat well and to gather your strength. Well, you need that I've run a marathon and I've delivered 2 babies on a kitchen floor, and I tell you, that's much harder than a marathon.
But did you not find that chemically I felt much more kind of like I couldn't sit still.
Well, I did, and I think you've got to listen to your body, but it's when you don't. It's like anything. It's like your body will tell you usually what it needs. And I was working right up to the end, and my body was telling me it didn't want to work. I was knackered, and I was doing a show abroad, and I was climbing up mountains, and I was filming 12 hours a day, and I was totally exhausted. And I knew that this wasn't right. And in fact, it was when I was pregnant with Nadia. Maddie hadn't moved for a couple of days, and I remember saying to the director, I'm really worried. I'm crying actually, and saying, but my baby's not moving. I'm sure that there's something going on here. And he said, would you mind awfully if we do the interview first, just...
Before he goes to the hospital?
Which I felt for him, because you know what it's like. It was a famous person. They're going to be annoyed. They're going to storm off. So I went and I did this interview. But if you think about that, you know, that is crazy. I should have listened to my body. I'm worried. I'm crying. There's something going on here. But I didn't. OK, well, we're going to do
what did the doctor say when you...
Well, the doctor said, what have you been up to? I said, I've been running around. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. And he was scanning, and he said, she's just asleep.
She's exhausted.
But you know, you're fighting against what you should be doing, and you need to come down. Of course, I didn't.
Right up, didn't you?
I worked, yeah. I did Hackney Empire. I did a panto there, Dick Whittington, and I was supposed to play Alice Fitzwarren, the romantic lead, but I was 9 months pregnant, so they changed me to Fairy Bowbell.
Dick Whittington's been rather busy.
It was so funny, because me and Pauline were in it, and she was the Wicked Witch, and I was Fairy Bowbells, and our dressing room at the Hackney Empire, it's all been done up since then, but it was quite decrepit in those days, and the toilet was like about 5 floors up. So in the end, me and Pauline used to get a bucket and have a wee in the corner of the dressing room, because I couldn't move. I was like 4 stone.
And did you have a massive tutu as well, like a fairy tutu?
Yeah, like a big fairy outfit and that. And then one day, Lauren and Emily came to our dressing room, and they went to do a wee in the bucket. We went, no, you've got to go to the toilet. I'm 9 months pregnant. So I was due to have Louis on the 10th. I finished the panto on the 6th, and I didn't have him till the 20th. And they kept saying to me, you could have done another week. But I was worn out with it. That was 3 shows a day some days.
That was very
10,
close
2
to
and
your
6.
due date then.
Really, really was. But you book it up sort of in February time. You don't know you're going to be pregnant at the time. Otherwise, I probably would have taken it a bit easier.
What about you, Andrea?
Oh, yeah, no, I worked until a week before, actually. I worked until I literally blocked Ireland and most of Wales, because I was doing the weather at the time. And every time I turned sideways, half the country went, I have no idea what the weather is going to be like. But I was like, I was sent all over the place doing the weather from all around the country, and then they brought me in. And I used to literally go around with my notes in my bag just in case anything happened. But But yeah, my boss was really relieved when I finally said a week before, right, I'm going now, because they were getting complaints.
It's a fine line, isn't it? Because you've got to look after yourself. You've got to hit yourself. But there's also those. I don't know if any of you have had friends, those pregnancy bullies. That, like,
who milk
I'm
it.
Pregnant, yeah. And it's like, oh God, I can't say anything now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've had some really good comments in, actually. I mean, talking about milking it. Glenys said, I milked it. It was great being looked after by my husband. At least during my first pregnancy, it wore off with the other two. Gemma, being pregnant doesn't mean you're ill. Need to be wrapped up in cotton wool for 9 months.
Yeah.
If you're normally fit and well, why should it be any different? But Roseanne said...
It's really nice milking it, though, isn't it? On my feet, on my back. Oh, I'm really craving chocolate and chips.
Until you go, get me a wine.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's 47 now.